So Foda just did a brand new Brawlhalla dev stream talking about even more features and changes coming to Brawlhalla, and this one was pretty interesting. Brawlhalla might start looking like a completely different game a year from now, and to be honest, it might actually be way sooner than that for some of the stuff we're going to be talking about today. The first thing I wanted to talk about is currently locked in for the October 8th patch, and I'm so glad they're finally doing something like this. A new experimental queue with what Foda's calling ground leniency. This will basically change grounded dodges to have a 3-second cooldown, just like how using your dodge in the air would be. So then aerials that send the opponent down into the ground won't be giving them the dodge back immediately, and people will have a chance to go off for 3 seconds. And this will also make combos such as the Qatar's half-pipe more consistent among others, which is a game changer for things like 0 to deaths also. Then get this. Foda dropped a bomb by talking about the possibility of having new strings by tightening up strings that are currently a few frames off, and then says this legendary line,
Let's roll with that thought. More strings for all weapons. Have I got news for you?
and not a word about this was mentioned again for the remaining 2 hours. He then told he is working on special game modes and other fun stuff related to the new event themes to continue to improve and expand the ways you'll want to come back and keep logging in during events. He then asked for suggestions as to what we could have for gold sinks, and I don't know what he's talking about, but they kind of look nice, I guess. Nah, obviously what Foda really meant was things for us to spend our gold on, and he liked the idea of putting a buyable XP boost in the game, and maybe even other types of consumables. Foda also basically both confirmed and deconfirmed which returning color schemes are coming to the store, by saying that the feature has been implemented. But the goal with a new color scheme is that it remains exclusive for a couple of years, so things like Pool Party or Art Deco are definitely not coming back anytime soon. Next is the Guild Overhaul, which is set to commence in October as a pre-patch, and then, later in November, clans will fully be converted into guilds, with all the other features including recruitment coming then. We also got a look into how guild battles will work, where matchmaking will basically prioritize another guild to go against yours in 2 versus 2 and 3 versus 3 game modes. If the matchmaking doesn't take too long, the connection will be stable enough or the elo difference isn't too drastic for about 5 seconds, and if they can't find any, a normal lobby will be formed as usual. There is currently no intention of making a dedicated guild battle playlist, which I was kind of hoping for in all honesty. Foda also shot down the idea of 2v2 training mode yet again, but the dummy bot feature that was mentioned last time will be coming in one of the upcoming patches. So for all of you 2v2 lovers, your prayers are sort of answered. He didn't say a 2v2 training mode was never coming, but certain features like frame stepping, pausing the game while opening the menu, and unlocking all the legends and cosmetics in training mode would have to be missing. So it's likely that it would have to be a local offline training mode, but for 2 players instead of 1. Another change that BMG have started working on is the signature drops. And what I mean by this is any side signatures that, when done close to the wall, don't work as intended. This is something that would be coming after BCX or even early next year, but the plan is that all the side sigs that usually drop will eventually have a variation that rides up the wall like Val's sword side sig does now. Another change coming after BCX or early next year is adjustments to the snap dashing distance, while also not slowing it down too drastically. And they intend to tie it to the speed stat, so a legend like Thea should be able to snap dash like everyone can now, and the intensity will decrease for 8 speed, 7 speed, and so on. Another feature to be tested in experimental after grounded dodge leniency will be a big one. They're calling it dodge exhaustion, and this will mean if you dodge in the air, then that's it. You lose it until you touch the ground or wall again, or either hit your opponent or get hit by your opponent, like how you'd get an extra jump back now. So they're aiming for, when you have the sweat beads show up, it means that you truly have nothing left and not just 1 or 2 frames away from getting your dodge back and being fine. Foda also deconfirmed if voice chat was ever coming to Brawlhalla, and I can totally understand why this isn't going to be a feature. It would be incredibly toxic. And he also acknowledged the current problem with some of you guys. And yes, I'm looking at you, inviting people to lobbies just to send a bunch of hate or death threats. BMG are, however, working on quality of life changes like optimizing the store to filter out clutter such as the unpopular items nobody really buys, and confirmed they are definitely going to add keyboard accessibility to Xbox eventually, but the person who would be doing that is currently working on the guild update, so expect that after the full launch of guilds in November. Someone asked in chat for legend colors based on your rank that'll be buyable with glory, and Foda seemed super excited to add that idea to his list and would be down to make that an official feature one day. and he couldn't talk about the new legend number 67, but an announcement may be coming soon, possibly even a bit before BCX. But what he did confirm is that the legend will have arms and legs. One dev has been experimenting with bots that are more human-like in their free time, and in one of the upcoming patches we'll be seeing a photobot in the game, which I thought is pretty interesting. There's also a chance that we get a Prince of Persia crossover in the future. And since this is Ubisoft, that doesn't just mean a crossover skin, but more likely a crossover legend like Ezio and Rayman, which would absolutely be amazing in my opinion. And to be honest, I really want them to revisit the Rivals of Ether crossover and adding a full legend into the game, so I'm going to be spamming that in the chat next time for sure. He also mentioned the idea of having announcer packs, which I'm all for. So far he mentioned FOTA, Sparky, and BCX crowd announcer packs, and even though he recorded the lines for the latter, this one isn't guaranteed to ever happen, but I thought it'd be cool to mention. Another commenter wanted a rank between Diamond and Valhalla, to which FOTA said he thinks the rank system is in a good state, so it's not in the current plans, but also not fully out of the question in the future. Then he shared this really niche tech, which doesn't have many uses, but I, for one, could have sworn this has been removed years ago. And this, of course, is related to the double gravity cancel tech, if anybody remembers that. You basically have to turn around for one frame and turn back around, and you can essentially dodge, and by extension, gravity cancel even if your dodge is on cooldown. And this is similar. I'll just let FOTA himself explain.
Okay, below my gravity cancel, without a dodge cooldown, can do another gravity cancel, but only if I pivot the direction, right? You guys know about this? I swear it works if you don't pivot. It doesn't. Boom. Wait, what the hell?
And if you're now wondering what double gravity cancel looked like back in the day, you could do stuff like this with it. The last few things that I wanted to add to this video is that game stability is always being worked on, and there's one guy at BMG whose whole job is to improve the performance of the game. And the issue that was happening during the tournament and the servers in general were DDoS attacks, and it's something they are aware of. And something I really like the idea of that was mentioned in the last few seconds of the stream. A combo contest game mode, sort of like horse and basketball or a game of skate if you guys know what that is. And FOTA said he would love to commentate more at this year's BCX, so for any esports enthusiasts like myself, I'm sure you'll be very happy to hear FOTA on the mic again. So now this is where I turn the conversation over to you guys. What are you most excited about? Is there anything that makes you worried or at least a bit skeptical? I know this was kinda an overwhelming amount of information dumped on us in one day, but these changes are going to be tested one at a time, and if we don't like it, it won't be happening. I'm personally really excited for the grounded dodge and air dodge changes, and I can't wait to test them out. I have a feeling that clip farming with Katars is going to be a lot of fun, but ultimately we'll have to see, as for now, everything mentioned is subject to change, and may never even be mentioned again. So as always, take these videos with a grain of salt. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you made it this far, comment Victoria Sponge, so I know you're a real one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.